Welcome back to the show. On Sunday, Texas Democrats shut down a voter suppression law by doing what I do every time I'm at a party: leave without telling anyone.
Breaking overnight, one of the most restrictive voting bills in the country failing to pass after Democrats in the Texas House walked out of the chamber in protest before the midnight deadline. The chair of the House Democratic Caucus used a text message to spread word of the plan, saying, "Members, take your keys and leave the chamber discreetly. Do not go to the gallery. Leave the building."
It is bananas that the only way Texas Democrats can do their jobs is to straight up disappear. But it worked. At least it will until Governor Greg Abbott calls a special session to try to kill democracy again. Texas already makes it notoriously hard to vote, but Republicans are trying to make it even tougher than rodeo roping Ted Cruz during a natural disaster. His oily secretions make him a bitch to lasso. Texas legislators wanted to make it harder for voters to get mail-in ballots, make it easier to overturn elections, ban drive-through and 24-hour voting, and limit Sunday voting hours when many black churchgoers head to the polls. Texas lawmakers claim these measures make voting more secure. I guess it's a coincidence that voting needs to be made extra secure when there are black and Hispanic people around. Republicans are just locking the ballot box in black neighborhoods like they do with their car doors. It's not just Texas. Since Biden won the election, Republicans have rushed to introduce hundreds of bills to restrict voting and ensure Democrats can't win again. Unsurprisingly, the bills are aimed largely at voters of color, so I guess lawmakers use their pandemic time to get more productive with their racism. Good for them. One of the first laws passed was in Georgia, the epicenter of Trump's election rage. The new law knocks down the guardrails that kept Republicans from stealing the 2020 election and creates new avenues for partisan interference. It also has special provisions that will hurt minority voters the most.
Governor Brian Kemp signed a sweeping and controversial voting bill into law this week. Georgia's law limits the use of voter drop boxes and puts new requirements on people to cast absentee votes, and it makes it illegal to hand out food or water for those waiting to vote in lines.
Does it count as offering food if I tell Brian Kemp to eat shit? Georgia's law imposes new ID requirements for mail-in voting, moves ballot drop boxes to less convenient locations, and blocks the use of mobile voting vans, which were used only to alleviate long lines in the county with the state's largest black population. And while you can no longer give water to voters stuck in long lines, Republicans say polling sites in black precincts will get convenient new drinking fountains. Georgia's new law just happens to target black voters with uncanny accuracy. But people noticed, and they fought back. Not just against politicians. They've threatened to boycott companies that remain silent about the voting laws. Because unless you're surrounded by monsters who eat anyone who makes a sound, there is no excuse for being silent about racism. While many companies waited to speak out until they were pressured, nearly 200 eventually voiced their opposition, including Delta Airlines, Major League Baseball, and Coca-Cola. Even the Atlanta housewives threatened to no longer sneak peeks in Nene's closet. It's great that this Fortune 500 version of the Avengers assembled to do something good, but let's not kid ourselves into thinking big business is coming to the rescue. Their lobbying arm, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, is urging lawmakers to oppose the voting rights bill that's working its way through Congress. I expected more from an organization as not evil-sounding as Chamber of Commerce. That was actually the original title of the second Harry Potter book, but it scared children too much. Aw, thanks for watching. If you'd like to hear more from Full Frontal, hit subscribe and visit our page for more videos. Or if you'd like to be radicalized, leave YouTube on autoplay.